Hello, everyone. How is everyone? Oh my gosh, I can't believe how many of you are here in chat. Thank you so much for showing up for our premiere. Um, oh my gosh, we've got what is that, 40 something people in here? Thank you guys so
Wow.
much.
Thanks, everyone.
So for those of you that don't know me, I am Michelle and this is Jen, and we are the Women of Whiskeys. Um, this is our premiere launch. We are going to be here every Wednesday for you guys, and we'll talk a little bit more about what our channel is going to be like. And we'll talk a little bit more about our criminals and cocktail series coming up the last Wednesday of every month, which we're super excited about.
Yes, very.
Um, Jen and I have been working behind the scenes together, doing a lot of research to get everything ready for that series. Tonight, we're going to kind of just talk about our journey as humans, as women, as people with husbands in the whiskey community, our journey from how we got into it, what we've enjoyed, and kind of where we are now. So, look, we got Independent Joe in there. We've got Whiskey Mountains, 21090. Hello, Brandy, Mrs. Black Bourbon family. How are you? Can't even keep track. I've got my old
Aw.
lady glasses on so I can see part of the chat.
Hi, Emily.
Um, Jen, do you want to talk a little bit about what you've been doing?
Sure. So I have been researching our new case that we're going to look at for the 27th. Been looking for cocktails that we're going to start having on the 27th to go with our nice criminals and cocktails. So there's been a lot of research going on. It's actually very interesting, more than I thought it was going to be. So I'm excited about it.
I'm really excited. We've got a wonderful case we've been diving into. Not, well, none of the cases are wonderful, but an interesting case we've been diving into that's a little bit close to my heart. So I'm excited that we're launching with it. I know that our first couple ones are going to be kind of a trial and error. We want to hear all your feedback. We want everything in the comments. Michelle mod me so I can drop links for you. Okay, Independent Joe, I will work on that. And then I think we were going to start with kind of revisiting our first whiskeys that kind of started our journey. Um,
Yes.
I'd love to hear in chat what you guys first started with. Okay, maybe not in high school when you were taking shots, or college when you were of age taking shots. Um, but like when you really started enjoying whiskey. Because I know for me, my husband bit his tongue for a long time while I dumped like Eagle Rare in my Diet Coke.
Oh.
So yeah. Jen, what was your like first one that really caught your attention?
So my first one actually was the Michter's Toasted Barrel Rye. I had tried several other ones that I did not like, and so Cheech had recommended to try a rye. And that really got me to be able to drink things neat and not have to mix it or put it on ice or anything like that.
So did you go like from mixing to ice and then neat, or did you kind of just jump right in?
I just jumped right into neat.
Wow. So I didn't start with Michter's Rye. However, one of my first ones was Eagle Rare and Michter's. So I will pour some Michter's if you're going to pour some Michter's Rye.
Yes, I did.
So let's see. What is everyone drinking? We're drinking Michter's. What are you guys drinking? Nick Perlman is embarrassed. Even Williams Black with an ice cube in a brandy glass and a Swisher Sweet. I love it. I love it. Oh, in a brandy glass. He was classing it up. He was classing it up. So How,
Ooh, Evan
why a
Williams
rye?
Bottle and Bond is good. I know. I've had that a few times.
So why did you choose to start with a rye? I know for me, I'm really working on liking those ryes. So what was it about rye?
It is the back end finish. I like spearmint and things like that. So it really fit when I had the finish of it and I could feel it in my cheeks and the taste of it and I enjoy it.
Okay. Oh, thank you, Mr. Whiskey Shits. Yes, please, if you are here, if you wouldn't mind taking just a moment and hitting that like button, new channels like us, it makes all the difference in the world. So if you wouldn't mind just clicking that real quick, that's so helpful.
Oh, Deathless Dogs. I haven't had anything Starlight yet, but I heard it's a very good brand.
Do you not have any Starlight or you just haven't tried it?
Actually, Cheech has got some, so I'll be having some.
I love the finished, but I also love the double oak. It's really good. I agree, Deathless Dogs. That's nice. So I think I saw where someone was, who was that? I have to scroll up. Was that Whiskey Shits that was saying he was having Dr. Pepper and something? Nope, wasn't him. Oh
Oh,
well.
wow.
Oh, Livewire. I'm drinking William L. Weller and Dr. Pepper.
That's interesting pairing.
The one thing I will say, and I'll tell everybody this, I drink it how I like it. Sometimes I'm throwing it on an ice cube. Sometimes I'm drinking it neat. And not so much do I mix it anymore, but if I find a good cocktail, I think everybody should drink what they like, how they like it.
Yeah, I know if I go out, I'll have more of a cocktail than drink neats. I don't go to like one of those whiskey bars where you pay $50 to have a little sip of something. So
You're not into that. I'm like, I
I've
might
never
have
been
that
to
at
one,
home.
so
Well, and I'm excited for your cocktails that you're going to come up with because I'm not a huge cocktail person, only because I'm really bad at making them. So I'm really excited for the cocktail part of the true crime. So,
yeah, cocktails are good for
Tracy,
different things.
Tracy went from mixing to ice to neat pretty quickly. Yeah, Tracy, that was me too. I went from mixing it and then Eagle Rare on ice or Wild Turkey 101 on ice. And then got right into the Michter's, the Woodford Reserve. All those ones are just a little bit more on the sweeter side.
Mm.
And so, um, and now every now and then, I think I had a thing on the Instagram not too long ago. Sometimes you just got to go back to your roots. And about twice a year, I'll sit down with Jack Daniel's single select and put that on some ice. And the only problem with that is I tend to drink it faster because it's on ice. I drink it more like a cocktail and then I go to sleep. So,
Yeah, I have like Jack and Coke when we go out sometimes just to have something different, but I do drink them faster because they usually comes with a straw, so you're like it goes down pretty quick.
so mountains, she said she started on monkey shoulder to get to drinking neat from whiskey sours and then quickly to bourbon wild turkey. I think wild turkey is kind of that gateway to, you know, um, any kind of Eagle Rare, wild turkey, again, the Woodfords. I hear so many people. Wow, 60 watching. Yay. Gosh, I'm so excited.
Yeah, I like the Woodford Reserve Double Oak a lot. I really like that one.
I do too. So, do you want to talk a little bit about kind of where we're going with this criminal cocktails? I'm seeing a lot in chat about how people are wanting to hear about that.
Sure. So, the last Wednesday of the month, we're going to cover a true crime case. We're going to announce it the week before. So, if you want to dig in and have time to kind of have the facts as well, to join in within the chat and things like that. We'll also put up the cocktail we're going to do with all the ingredients. So, if you wanted to make it while we talk about the Troom case, and then we can all have the same kind of drink. It would be uniting in some true crime and some fun with a something we can all have fun with. So I think it's going to be fun.
I think it's going to be a blast. I'm excited. I've always been a true crime fanatic. I remember being young and I would spend Saturday nights at my grandma's house. And she would say, because back then there was no computers,
Right.
because I'm old, but she would say, there's these magazines in the spare room, and these are scary magazines. So don't read them. Whatever you do, don't read them.
Well, of course you're going to read them.
Of course I read them. And they were like detective magazine, and I was hooked ever since. So
Yeah.
um,
I was the unsolved mysteries kind of person when they first started introducing all that. And so it just took off from there because I always wanted to know what was going on, how they caught him, like what did you do to get caught, kind of learn from there. And then to see the progression of where it's gone from the 80s and 90s to now is a gigantic difference.
I I think that I get torn in a couple of ways. One is I think it's important that we get information out there to help solve the cases or to keep certain things remembered. But part of me is also like, now that there's computers and TV, and are we giving them are we making them famous for something awful? Or is it about keeping the victim's memory alive?
Well,
I
I
think
think
it
it
can go either
depends.
way on how. Mhm.
I think it depends on your, I guess, your side of it. Like if you're connected to it or family, they may find it as you're glorifying something that was very hurtful for them. But on the other side of it, you're making sure that their loved one is not forgotten and also that their story carries on and that the person that did it is still held accountable till this day.
And I think it's about doing it in a respectful manner. I don't know. I've seen some wonderful documentaries or shows that just kind of show the different sides. Like, and I think our goal that we talked about is not just talking about the crime, but how did we get to this point? The background of the person who allegedly did the crime, of the victim, of their families, how it came together, and how did we get from here to here? That's what's interesting to me.
Yes, because there's so many factors that goes into a human growing from their childhood to how they had it in school to, all these life experiences that form a person. And there could be one dramatic instance, or it could be a lifelong just crap shoot through the whole thing, and no one's surprised when something happens.
Yeah.
So it really is interesting to see the different paths that people can take.
So actually, what I think, we're very new at this. We're just starting out, but so far, the best laid plan is that we will, on the last Wednesday at our regular time, we will have the series of criminals and cocktails, and we will make one or two cocktails. We'll let you know what the ingredients are at least a week before in our description and on our Instagram page.
Yes.
You can make them with us. You can drink them with us. We will, start out with a quick introduction. On those days, it'll be very hard for us to engage in chat. So at the end of our tale, will leave some time that we can all kind of talk about it, chat about it, and give thoughts on it. So I'm not the best at reading chat. I try very hard, but I am going to go back and rewatch this. So please leave comments of any cases you're interested in hearing about, cocktails you'd like to see Jen come up with. I saw that Mashville was asking if we're going to have a theme. Possibly. It's all open. Anything could happen. We're crazy.
Yes. Oh, and Stanley, yes, the men can enter these discussions. There's always a different point of view, so they're definitely welcome as long as they're in a respectful manner. Other than that, nah.
I think that was the whole point was it's not about women necessarily, but it's about knowing that this community also encompasses women. It's not either or, it's all together. And I think most of us know that, but sometimes it can get kind of lost, not even on purpose.
No, there's
I,
actually a lot more women in the whiskey community than I originally thought, to be honest. I had started because it was something for me and Cheech to do. And I started out watching the Bourbon Junkies because I thought they were hilarious.
yep.
And that kind of moved into watching Trev and Matt with ADHD and kind of just staying in there and then being in chat and seeing other women. It was nice to see and also be able to do it along with the hubby.
I think, I started out, I was a wife sipping on the wine or the vodka cocktail, and Will would be saying, "Oh my gosh, got to come watch the Whiskey Tribe," or you got to watch, these guys are hilarious. And I'm like, I'm not sitting in front of a computer and watching videos. But
Totally
I did.
understand.
I started watching Dan and Sean, the Bourbon Junkies, when they were fairly new. I Whiskey She Wines. We went to Austin a couple years ago, got to meet some wonderful people. Jason from the Mash and Drum was huge in my transition to neat whiskeys. He spent a lot of time helping me try different things and find my notes that I liked. I was looking at.
And now we're on it.
I know I was talking to someone today and said I said I always said I was not going to get involved in the whiskey community because I was a girl and I didn't know very much. And so as time went on, I became very passionate about, it doesn't matter if I'm a girl, it doesn't matter if I know very much. Nobody walks in, decides they like whiskey and knows everything about it. And that was where this kind of kicked off was, oh, Livewire, tell Frankie I said hi back. Is I wanted people to be able to ask questions or say, what can I try other than, Jack Daniels and Coke or whatever. Our teenage,
That's nice.
our Cheech and William wanted criminals for marrying underage women.
Most likely.
Yeah. I will say that I may have married younger than myself.
That's
Maybe.
always good too.
Somebody's got to take care of me in my old age.
Hey, there you go. It all works.
Deborah C., I drink bourbon and I know things. Oh, good. Someone has to. Oh, let's see. And I'm not ignoring everybody. I'm actually trying to figure out how to. There. I had to make my husband a moderator. I didn't know how. How's she bake? Very cool you started this channel and are doing this live stream. Need more women in the whiskey game. Don't give up on your wife. Do not give up on your wife. I tell everyone, if you have a wife that just wants nothing to do with whiskey, all I can say is there is a private women only Facebook group that I highly recommend because they can remove themselves whenever and nobody will notice, or they can just hang out and listen or be a part of. But nobody knows anything in that group. We're all faking it. So,
Fake it till you make it.
oh, the mash bill. So when you're at the Bastards Ball. Yes, Smash Bill. I will do a few things for the Instagram while I'm at the Bastards Ball. Um, I'm hoping to, have a great time and just kind of share people that I meet along the way and things that we try. And hopefully some of it comes out as interesting to other folks. So that will be on the Instagram when I get back.
I'm excited to see that. I hope you have a great time. I heard it's gonna be fun.
I'm very excited. It's going to be a really long day tomorrow, but really worth it. We're going to meet up with some old friends and go from there. Oh, Mike Stahl, stop it. Okay, so we talked about what we started with. Um, where are you kind of at now? Like, what are you feeling right now?
So I'm into finished whiskeys right now.
Okay,
So the Chattanooga port is one of my favorites right now. I also like their tequila finish is really good.
the
So I've been
tequila
digging on
finish.
this. Yes.
I haven't had that.
I'll send you some.
I'm enjoying some port finish. The Starlights are my favorite, hands down. Um,
Thanks, Bourbon Baller.
Thank you. So I do like the port finish. I went through a huge phase. In fact, on the Instagram, I did a whole video on finished. But what I'm really grooving right now is going into some of the going back to some of the double oaks, and just kind of getting away from the finish for a minute. The double oak though is still got that sweetness to it, so I guess it's still kind of the same thing. I don't know. What are you liking that's not finished?
So the Remus
Hmm.
is my favorite, hands down. Remus 5.
Okay.
So that's the one that I really like drinking. Cheech will probably have to find some more.
That's what Nick just said. Nick's like, you love the Remus 5.
Yes, it's very good. And what's funny is I'm not a big coconut person, but for me, it has a coconut finish on it, but I enjoy it.
Okay. So I'm trying to like Rise. Um, there's a couple. I just don't like anything with that dill note. I can't get through the dill note.
We might have to try some different ryes.
Okay. Now I do
Interesting.
love so far all the midwinter night drams that I've had.
Yeah, I had some of that before we came on, and it's delicious. I'm excited about trying the new one that Cheech just got.
Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that one.
Yes, so he hasn't opened it yet, so I have to wait.
Just find your own.
No
I
reason. We share.
Me too. I more like I drink his. That's kind of how it goes. So.
Yes. No, we don't fight over it. We good at sharing.
See, Will and I were both only children. We're not good at sharing. So, I wanted to tell y'all while I have you, and let's see if I can figure out autofocus now. It is, it's a place out of Portland. It's called Freeland Spirits Bourbon. It's out of Portland, Oregon, and it is all women. Women distillers, women owned, women blenders. It's all women. So I bought it just because of that and ended up loving it. It is so good. It's, 46%, but I don't, it's not too sweet, but it's not ethanol either. It's very cohesive. It's great. It's great starter, if you're not into that high proofy stuff. I like it to sip on when maybe I'm starting out my evening or I need to end down my evening. Yeah, if you get a chance it's really reasonable. I know you can find it just about anywhere over here. I'm not sure about on your end of the country, but Freeland Spirits. I just wanted to bring that up because it's kind of my in between sipper right now. Has anybody in chat tried that? Just curious. It's fairly new. It came out kind of under the radar and it's starting to get a little hype. So I just watched the price go up again. So I bought a couple because they had this big sign pointing to it that said, "I'm new, try me." Oh no, no, no. Independent Joe, I thought I did. I think you should be now. So you guys are the second channel that had over 100 subs. Oh my gosh, I know. I got on there today and saw over 130 subs, and we haven't even done anything yet. I
It's
just
exciting.
the faith that you have in us. It's very exciting. It really took a little bit of that nervousness away about trying to launch a channel. Because if any of you have watched any of my really interesting Instagram lives, I don't edit my lives. I'm kind of just take me as I am, and please forgive me if I screw it up. So
It's just because
that's,
you're real. So just take it out
well,
as
and I think that um, if you're going to try and start a community that encourages women, I think being real is the only way to do that, because we get enough of sitting, um, at a distillery with, this, and
Thank
you're
you,
afraid to
Brandy.
take a drink and ask questions. At least for me, that was my experience for a minute. So oh, Trisha, you're going to open that hand delivered sample. Let me know what you think of that. Um, which one are you opening? Okay, so we talked about where we started, kind of where we are. If you had like two bottles that you're like, that's the end all bottle for me, it's my very favorite, doesn't matter if I can find it or not, or if it's readily available, what would be that bottle for you?
It's probably gonna be the Remus 5.
Is it?
It is.
Oh, wow. Wow. I have that and I tried it, but I need to go back on a fresh palette and try it.
Yeah, try it again. I really enjoy it.
Um, do you have some of the Remus 5?
I do.
Are you ready to pour some?
Yes.
I don't have mine out here, so I am not going to pour that. But if anybody does have it and they want to drink it, along with Jen, I'm sure she will not mind. Okay, so for me, a lot of you that do know me, I have this almost obsession with Elijah Craig 18. No, it's not the highest proof, and I do love like C920 and those as well. But I keep going back to my love of Elijah Craig 18. It was like you were talking about, where you go in and you pay for that one little pour to try it. It
Yes.
was Christmas Eve, and we decided to treat ourselves. And the place where we went to have dinner had, I want to say it was Stag Junior and Elijah Craig 18 up on the shelf. So Will got a pour of this Stag, and I got a pour of the EC18. And then I was meeting my friend the day after Christmas for lunch at the same place, and I got another pour of it. So at $30 a pour, Will finally went, okay, let's find you a bottle.
Yeah.
So it's one of those that I really love. It's the only one I really actively hunt for. Um, yes, the mash bill Eagle Rare. Yes, that is definitely my go-to as well. Um, but because we're still moving the bar around, my Elijah Craig 18 was packed. So I did get my other one that I always tend to go back to. I'm nursing it right now because I don't have a backup anymore. This is my backup. Um, it is
Yeah.
the Booker's, if I could do that, Country Ham. Oh, there I am.
Well,
Well, might help if I pull it out of the thingy-mabobber. But this was one of the first things I think that Jason Calori had me try. Um, and he shouldn't have because I never have really gotten away from it. I absolutely love it. As my palette has changed and grown and expanded, I still always come back to this one. Have you had this one, Jen?
no, I have not. I know Cheech has some bookers, but I'm not exactly sure if he has that one specifically.
Okay. The tag along is probably the one that I have found that I like almost as much as the country ham. And that's the most recent one that they put out. Tag along's pretty good. Jerry
Yeah,
Black loves
Whiskey
country
Hounds
ham as
likes
well.
the country ham.
Oh, look at all those country ham lovers. Yay.
Now I have to try it.
Yeah, I'm curious to know which ones that Cheech has in
Well,
my
since
in
we're
my
gonna have to take
whiskey encore
inventory, we'll
glass.
find out.
Yeah. I'm drinking out of my new whiskey encore glass that I just received.
Yay!
It's actually a pretty great logo. Yeah.
Yeah,
Nice. Well, I'm not even using a Women of
I
Whiskey's
know.
Glen. Actually, oh, yes, I am. It's in my other one. Okay. Now I don't feel so bad.
No, you're good.
Would you like to try? Nick says Tagalong is good. They just got the 2021-03 Bard, Bardstown bat. I haven't, that's right, it did come out. I haven't seen it though. I haven't seen it. 1318 Shelby, have you had it? Oh, it's so good. How's that Remus?
Oh, it's absolutely delicious. I enjoy it a lot.
Is it weird when you taste what you started and to where your ultimate bottle fave is?
Yes, because it is a drastic difference. I really thought my favorite would be I would end on a rye because that's what I started with and really enjoy. But Cheech has really helped me expand my palette. And then watching different channels as well. I really like Jason Calori's because he does give you a good description and other things about the bottle and how it came about. So I really enjoy that and it helps.
Yeah. Um, I think that for me, just trying to stretch my palate, like it's no secret. I cannot stand Pete. Like, like I can't get it out of my mouth. Pete. Ugh. It just, ugh. I keep trying. I keep trying. I'm thinking maybe it's an acquired taste like black coffee, but I haven't got there yet, but I keep trying. My husband has a very nice Scotch collection. So far, I've learned to like things like Spring Bake 10, but those heavily peated scotches, I just can't get through them.
Yeah,
So,
I've only had one scotch, and it was the Bunnahabhain 12, and that was a recommendation from Ken from Scotch Down Under.
yeah, he recommended that for me too. And I think Will has it. I just, with the move and everything, I don't have access to a lot of our stuff right now. We pulled most of it out for the Idaho meetup. But then we started construction again, so it all went back into boxes into the spare room. So my spare room is like just boxes of liquor right now. This is just the little bit that we keep out here to pull in between construction.
So whatever works.
So just to, for those of you that are just joining us, I just wanted to remind you that we are doing the Criminals and Cocktails the last Wednesday of the month, same time. We'll be here every other Wednesday. This was more of just kind of an intro to our channel. Um, Hopefully we give us some suggestions in chat of some of the things you'd like to hear us talk about or themes you'd like us to do. I think next week, we're going to be talking a little bit about my trip to Austin for the Bastards Ball, and we're going to do an old Carter theme, correct? Because I
Yes,
know I
yes.
have some samples that the lovely Julie Light sent me, And I know that Cheech and you have some old Carters, and I've
Yes.
been looking for an excuse to break into them.
And I haven't had
So,
any old Carter, so I'm looking forward to it.
oh, you haven't either?
No.
Oh, yay. That'll be fun. That'll be a good time.
Yes.
And then just talking about the shenanigans from my, was it Friday, Saturday, Sunday, my 5 days down in Austin. So I
Have
think
you
Will
been
and
to
I could,
Austin?
what?
Have you been to Austin?
Just 2 years ago when we went for the Bastards Ball then back in 2019,
Oh, nice.
a little extra time to experience Austin as well this time,
Oh, that's a
um,
good idea.
post COVID. But so I think it'll be fun. I think I'm hoping we get to go to some distilleries and, just kind of explore the town. Oh my gosh, Nick Proman. Okay, so I'm going to tell this really quick because I feel like I'm talking a lot, but this is a story that has to be told. I arrived at the Bastards Ball in Austin 2 years ago with my husband, and I've never been to Texas before. And when I step out, I'm in sandals, like open toe sandals, because you got to look cute when you travel. And there was bugs. They looked like massive roaches all over the parking lot, everywhere. To where if you took any step, you were going to crunch. It was like a locust invasion, but it wasn't locusts. And come to find out, it was some freak massive cricket invasion that happened there. Um, like for the 2 days before we got there and then stopped the first day we were there. So they weren't running around anymore once the next day, but they were just dead everywhere from people stepping
Yeah.
on them or cars crunching them.
Yeah, I have family in Texas, so we plan on going over and taking a tour.
Yeah.
Yes. We have family in
Where are
Austin.
you? Oh, Boston?
Yeah, they live in Austin.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm hoping we can well we'll do Crowded Barrel of course, but there's so many distilleries I was looking today. And some of the ones that people I've gotten to know through Whiskey Tube and then from 2 years ago that I'm super excited to see. It's gonna be fun. We'll see what I bring back.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what you come back with.
Yeah.
Yes, Adriana, we're very excited for our first cases as well. I hope you all join us.
So our first case on the 27th is going to be the case of Cheryl Keaton. And we wanted to make sure that we did our research, we got the facts correct, and Jen is amazing at that part of it, I have to tell you. And then also, she was a young mom and she was in love, and so there's it's very a lot of layers to this story. I'm very excited to tell you guys and have Jen tell part of it, and that we all get to go on this journey together, because I think it's a story that really should be told. And I'm excited that you guys are excited. If you get a chance, look and see what that case is all about, or surprise yourself and just show up and go along for the ride with us. And that is on the 27th.
Yes. I'm more of the behind the scenes person. So, research and doing all that kind of stuff on social media, I'm definitely down for that. I enjoy digging in and researching and see everything I can find to make sure that I have all the information.
And I think that's great because I think if one person tries to do the whole piece, you can kind of get that tunnel vision. And so with us breaking it up and having our own takes on it, I think is going to Trisha, I'm so glad that you liked that Freeland Spirits. That's that bottle I was telling you guys from Portland. I forgot I did hand deliver a small sample to her. I'm glad you like it.
Nick, I'm sure Adriana knows the case, so I'm excited to have her in chat.
Adriana, do you know this case? Uh, I wish I could. Donald Wance, you're not going? Oh, I'm so sad now. That's a few people now that aren't going. Now, I'll be honest, I think it's going to look a lot different this year. I'm probably going to spend more time on the patio versus inside La Quinta. I think that the actual Bastards Ball out at Crowded Barrel is going to look totally different. So I'm excited to see that. I wish you were going.
Yeah, we're in the middle of moving. Yeah,
Oh, I don't envy you at all. I just did it.
it'll be worth it though once it's all done. I'm excited about it. Just a new journey.
So you guys are looking for property
Yes.
and selling your house and doing the whole interim living thing, which we did, and it's interesting. Um, exciting things.
Yes.
Maybe she'll take her half of the channel mobile as
Once we start in doing that, we're probably going to do that. It's a really big deal for us and our family to be able to do this. So we're very focused on getting that, and it's going to be an amazing experience.
I'm excited for you
Oh,
and your daughter.
Ben, I'm sorry you can't go. I wish I could go too.
Oh, Donald Rance, that makes complete sense. I totally forgot about that. Yeah. We were supposed to leave tomorrow morning and um all of the Southwest flights are all screwed up right now. And
Yes.
so I think we're going to be arriving at like 12:30 in the morning now. And we were supposed to meet Chris, Hot Buttery Rolls, for dinner. So I had to tell him, do you want to have dinner at 12:30 a.m.
Oh,
or
that
brunch?
stinks, Donald.
Maybe brunch.
So no Canadians to make it out?
There, if I remember right, I believe they have a lot of restrictions going in and out of
Mm,
Canada right now. Is that right, Donald? Like Canadians can't come into the US and US can't go into Canada or something like that. They're supposed to be opening the
mm,
border soon, I think, but I don't know the whole details.
yeah, I don't know either.
Oh, Whiskey Mountain says that she thinks the US will open borders in November.
Oh, that's awesome. That's close.
Okay, so Independent Joe has a suggestion. He thinks we should all go check out Bourbon's channel.
Oh, absolutely.
Have you
Check
not
out
checked out
Bourbon's
Bourbon's
channel.
channel? I think you should. I
Everybody should
think
definitely
I think there's
sub to
actually
Bourbon.
quite a few people in here that I highly respect as YouTube channels, and hopefully my mods will drop some links. If you haven't checked them out, it never hurts to take a peek. And then if you like them, hit subscribe. So, um, 13 and 18 Shelby says, I have watched HBR eat much later than 12 a.m. Haven't we all? Tiny tacos at 2 a.m.
Tiny tacos. Who doesn't like tiny tacos?
Oh, goodness. Hi, Bourbon Bites. How are you?
Aw, thanks, Clifton. I'm glad you said subscribe. Cheers.
Okay, so now what has everybody moved on to? What are they drinking? We have about minutes left. Just so you guys know, we're not hard and fast on our times, but we did discuss that we are on opposite time zones. So finding a time slot that worked for both of us was a bit of a challenge. So our streams will always be between 60 and 90 minutes, depending on if we're doing a longer case or if we're just in good discussion. But you can pretty much count that we're going to wrap up in that 60 to 90 minute time frame.
Thanks, Adriana, for mentioning Independence Joe's fundraiser, his military related fundraiser. People should please check that
Yes,
out.
there are quite a few nice bottles that um, so if every $5 that you do, he puts in for an entry, then he draws 1 week, and you can only win once. But then the next week, all those entries go back in, and you have a chance to win a second time. And it's all military related. There's a wonderful backstory that I won't get into. Go check it out on his YouTube. Rewatch some of his lives because the story is phenomenal behind that.
Yeah, so I know Joe's fundraiser is on Monday the 18th and the following Monday the 25th after the shelters. So go check
Okay,
that out
Clifton
for
says
sure.
Clifton says he has a bottle up for grabs in that, I know a lot of us did donate some amazing bottles. So you never know, your $5 donation could not only help a great cause, but you could win maybe a bottle that you can't isn't so readily available.
Ooh, Lance, I know that Cooper's Craft is good.
I don't know if I've had that.
It's not
There's
out
times that,
there.
huh?
I don't think it's out in the West Coast. I don't
Yeah,
believe.
I've never had it. Interesting. Hot ramen Michter's American.
Ah, that's delicious. I like Michter's though. I like quite a few of them.
Yeah. I haven't gotten myself to try the toasted rye. I haven't gotten there yet. I'm expanding my palate slowly. Um,
Yeah.
I did, however, Adriana and Nick Proman um, gifted us a bottle that was from the distillery High West. I had tasted everything because I went up there and visited them and went to High West, tasted everything and didn't like any of it.
Oh.
Um, but they brought one down and it's totally blanking on my mind what it was now, and it was drinkable. I wouldn't reach for it, but it was drinkable. It was all right for a rye. Adriana, do you remember what that was?
Well, Midwinter's Nice Dram is a High West product, and I really
That's true.
enjoy those.
It's funny. I blocked that out. Like it can't be. It can't be a High West product. It's so different from everything else they put out. Yeah, it's
Yeah. It's
completely
just
different.
delicious though. I
Yeah.
really enjoy it.
Kira, really? You like the High West double rye? I guess if you like rye. I mean, I guess I'm just not a rye person. High West Borai. That's what it was.
Bora is really good. I tried that not too long ago, and I enjoyed it.
So,
Fried cheese.
anybody have any suggestions about our cases that we should be researching? It does take us quite a bit of time to do the research for cases, which is why right now we're only doing it monthly. So, if you have a case you'd like to see us research, make sure you throw it in the comments so that we can go back to it and have time to look at those and consider them for research. If you had to give any advice, Jen, to a woman who's trying to break into the love of whiskey, what would you say?
Try several different things. Don't think that whiskey is one note. I had to learn that because when I first started, it all just smelled like alcohol. It was like, I don't see the difference. I don't know why you need so many. Like, there was a lot of questions. But once I started tasting different things and just listening to other people that had tried it to see if I could get those notes as well, and it definitely just expanded from there. So just try everything. And you're not going to like everything, but definitely try it.
Yeah, okay. So Liveware says, what about the recent one with the young lady that was found in the Tetons?
Do you have a name?
I can probably find it because that's not too far from me. So I will dig into that and see what that's about. Jen, I think you're absolutely onto something in the fact that I think that it's very common for anyone when they first start drinking whiskey, they're like, "Oh, that's what whiskey tastes like." You know, for me, vodka tastes like vodka. I mean, across the board. I don't, and so I think it's very because I'm not a connoisseur of vodka. I mean, I'll have a vodka drink every now and then, um, but I think they think whiskey's whiskey, and it's not. And you don't know that until you try the wide scale.
Okay, so I think the Tetons case is the Gabby Petito, the one
Oh,
that
yeah,
we
yeah,
just
yeah.
found.
I don't know much about that.
Yeah, they haven't found him yet. I know John Walsh is involved. Dog the Bounty Hunter is involved, all trying to track
About that
down the
one.
guy.
That's
Yeah.
right. You and I were talking about that.
hmm Yeah, it's still
Um,
very new. They're not letting a lot of stuff out right now because they haven't found the guy. They're still looking for him.
They're holding it kind of close to the vest.
Absolutely. They know more than what they're going to put out, but they, of course, they have to be sensitive to what they have.
Um, BK says, are you going to do whiskey related crime like George Remus?
um, I hadn't thought about it, but it might not be a bad idea.
Nothing's off the table. Well, some
No.
things are off the table, but there's a lot on the table. So we don't know what we're doing yet, BK. We're rolling with it. That's why we need all your guys' suggestions.
Yes, absolutely. We appreciate it for sure. Yes, Mr. Wishy says, lady. Yes, he absolutely did.
Oh, agreed.
Yeah. Brian Lundry, come on out of hiding and just take the consequences. It's
I
time.
mean, 9 times out of 10, someone's passionately pissed off, and that's who did it. Oh. So have you come up with any ideas of what kind of cocktails we're going to be doing over the next few months, Jen?
Yes. So I have started looking at maybe doing the classic ones first. That they're not very hard to make, but your old fashioned, your Manhattan, your Belvedere's, like those are classics that you can buy at any establishment. So I think that we're going to start with the classics and move on from there.
It's ironically, I've had just about everything but the classics. So that'll be
Oh,
fun to do.
perfect.
Yeah. Because Will is always, if he's having he doesn't do a cocktail very often, but if he does, it's, a classic. And so, it's a whiskey sour or and I don't know. I just don't. So again, expanding my horizons
Hi,
for the
Bobby.
sake of Whiskey
Cheers.
Tube.
Thanks for being here.
So hot ramen likes the idea of an old fashioned for sure. Okay, we have about 7 minutes. So I want to say, Jen, thank you for agreeing to go on this fantastic journey with me. I I'm so excited. I know that we had to delay it for many months due to things in my life and things in your life. Um, but all of you out there know and a labor of love from a while back. We've been looking forward to this and planning it and then having to postpone it and then planning it. And thank you so much for going on the ride with us and supporting us. And again, if you don't mind just taking one little minute and hit the like button to help our new channel out. A lot of people are still searching us and can't find us. So that'd be great.
Absolutely. And Brian, yes, you should be hacking, but thank you for hanging out with us and have a safe trip to Texas.
I should be packing too, but I'm not. It's okay.
It is. I'm really excited about what we're doing and where we're going and the growth that we're going to experience. And it's going to be a great time.
It is. It's going to be quite the journey. I think my my feeling is it's going to end up being kind of like our journey with whiskey. Like you start out here and then you figure out kind of what works and what doesn't, and you evolve and you change, and the people that you're with, they come along and you go with them, and I think it's just going to be a magnificent, wonderful journey.
Absolutely. And thank you everyone for joining us tonight and giving us the thumbs up and subscribing. We definitely appreciate it. And we look forward to you being here with the journey with us.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Have a great night. Don't forget, ladies, if you would like a quiet place where you just feel comfortable to ask questions, there's no men. It is a private Facebook group. You can search Women of Whiskeys and ask for approval. Um, we pretty much let y'all in.
We
So,
do. The Instagram's open to everyone.
yeah,
So
Instagram, men and
definitely
women.
go
Mhm.
there. And the YouTube is definitely open to everyone. And we definitely want you all in the discussions.
So don't forget, drop your comments on any cocktails or crimes you want us to cover, and we will see you next week where we can do our Oak Carter themed stream and talk about the Texas shenanigans.
Absolutely. Have a safe trip. I look forward to seeing everyone
Cheers.
next week.
Bye.
Bye.